Hello, my foundits. How are you? Happy Friday. How are you all doing? Really? That good? Huh. That's great. How about we start with some music? Happy Friday, guys. Taking a little while. I wonder why. Because it's Friday. I'm feeling a little lazy, a little cool, a little, I don't know, like this. I hope you guys having a great Friday, that you guys are being safe, and that, you had a nice, cool summer. In this part, in the Pacific Northwest, it didn't get too hot, but it got just warm enough to enjoy summer. So why not start with a little something? Let's ease into Friday. I hope you guys aren't commuting out there. If you are, let's have a good time. Alright. Let me know if you like this song. ¿Cómo fue? No sé decirte cómo fue. No sé explicarme qué pasó. Pero de ti me enamoré. Fue una luz que iluminó todo mi ser. Tu risa como manantial regó mi vida de quietud. Fueron tus ojos o tu boca, fueron tus manos o tu voz. Fue a lo mejor la impaciencia de tanto esperar tu llegada, más no sé decirte cómo fue, no sé explicarme qué pasó, pero de ti me enamoré. It was a starry night, and I remember the moon was out. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I do remember you were there. You looked wonderful as always. No le preguntes cómo fue. Don't ask me how it happened. Y es que de ti me enamoré. We fell in love. That's all that happened. You and me found it for a long time. Fueron tus ojos o tu boca, fueron tus manos o tu voz. Fue a lo mejor la impaciencia de tanto esperar tu llegada, más no sé decirte cómo fue. No sé explicarme qué pasó, pero de ti me enamoré. Me enamoré. Ah. Hey, we made it. It's fall all of a sudden here in the Pacific Northwest. Es el otoño aquí en Oregon. Y ya, recibimos. Lori, you said, I just got the notification. I had a feeling you would be on. Yes, you were right. And CJ, Alabama, what's up, bro? If you all don't know, he calls himself CJ Alabama right here. But you know what? He is a wonderful artist, spoken word artist. And he goes, um, man, CJ. He goes and goes. You're a wonderful artist, and I hope you can come back on really soon. Hope you can come back and grace us here. He's been here. C-Verse has been here on the Lounge of Sound, as many of you wonderful artists have been. And I'm gonna make an invitation. Voy a hacer una invitación to Latin America, a Latinoamérica, for you to come and let's hear your voices. I've been meeting some wonderful people from Peru, Argentina, Venezuela, and very soon we had our lines crossed. Zoom, the schedules, and all that. But I was part of a wonderful cast last week, and I met Mito. His name, he goes by Mito. That's his artistic name, and Leo Band con su tremendo swing. His band, Leo Band, out of Venezuela. So we're gonna have somebody coming here in the lounge via Zoom and YouTube. Hopefully, we can have some Spanish specials in September. Spanish specials in September. Hey, how's that? How's that? I didn't know it was gonna come out, but yeah. C-Verse. Hope yes, he says he would love to. We hope you come back on the show. I'm gonna have a lot of our old time found it's that it's been a while, and we're gonna have to catch up, right? Anyway, last weekend we had a wonderful I was gonna say episode event, and it was called Sabor del Caribe. Sabor del Caribe. That's the flavors of the Caribbean, and a lot of people don't realize that the Caribbean isn't just Cuba and Puerto Rico. It includes some other coastal places, and Mexico, southeast Mexico, forms part of that. If you go to the Yucatan Peninsula, you're going to find the Caribbean, right? If you go out to South America, there's still portions that, as that the inlets and whatnot. If you go out to Belize and places like that. So it's a wonderful, it just fostered some wonderful music. And so it just kind of woke up in me that need to check in, with Latin America. And then I thought, you know what? We heard some really, really wonderful songs there. And I thought, I would love to hear more of that sound, that we often think of as being the Caribbeans. I'm sorry, I'm just made a little bit of tea. My tea was getting jealous. It was like, I'm sitting here just looking at you, and Los, you're not having any of me. But I was like, yeah, you're right. I need to. And, I'm going to check in with you. Check in with my foundits and see how's everybody doing. How's your Friday? You enjoying it? Yeah? Shirley says hi. Lori. Hi, Lori. Lori Wilson is good. Sounds good. I hope you and Jason are doing good. Yeah, they're in the Pacific Northwest too. And I enjoy hearing some voices. Ed Archibald, hey, my brother. We got to have him. Now, if you don't know, Ed Archibald is a tremendous sax player, same as my good buddy Chuck Barton out of Chicago. I like to surround myself with people that are great musicians and great people. More importantly, correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody out there remind me. Who said it? Was it Yo-Yo Ma who said that I am a musician last? Said I'm a human first. I think it's more important to be a good human before we're a good musician, right? So this Friday, I figured, we're just gonna check in with all those special sounds that kind of like bridge the gap between Friday, summer, and fall. Those beautiful, beautiful sounds, And I don't know. Let me know. Latin, does that sound good to you? Or would you like to hear some other kinds of show tunes? Some of those tunes that kind of harken to yesterday. They kind of took you for a journey. What do you think of when you think of a journey? When you think of either flying or getting on a boat or just simply being on vacation, let's check in with each other. Let me know what you think of that when you think of being away on vacation. And yes, let's enjoy our Friday. Let's kind of ease into our Friday. Um, this is a wonderful tune called Llamarada that I just heard a wonderful artist. I think it was Mito who sang this last weekend, but I thought, you know what? Let's check in with it. It just felt great to hear Mito and Leo Banda sing those beautiful older tunes, and it made me think, why not? Crooning to croon or not to croon? Why not? Let's check it in. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you guys like the song. This is another Spanish song, and then we're going to check in with some of those wonderful old ballads that I grew up on. The American Songbook. Oh my gosh, there's some wonderful American songs. And but you know, America is pretty big. There's South America, Central America, and North America. Let's not limit ourselves today. When we think of a sonic safari, we tend to want to travel. A safari, right? We're going to go somewhere to places that haven't been always explored. But sometimes a little travel to the past. Yesterday, it was a wonderful time. Music was simpler, you know? It was all about the lyrics and the storytelling, right? What do you have to say about that? Yeah, Journey. Excuse me. Wow. I had a sneeze there for a second. Thank goodness for volume. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great time. Let's check in with yesterday and those wonderful, wonderful singers. This is a tune called Llamarada, Manolo Muñoz. Necesito olvidar para poder vivir. No quisiera pensar que todo lo perdí. En una llamarada se quemaron nuestras vidas, quedando las cabezas de aquel inmenso amor. Y no podré llorar, tampoco de morir. Mejor guardo silencio porque ha llegado el fin. Lo nuestro terminó cuando acabó la luz, cuando se va la tarde y muriendo el sol. Siempre recordaré aquellos ojos verdes que guardan el color que los trigales tienen. A veces yo quisiera reír a carcajadas como las marcaradas, porque se fue su amor. Pero me voy de aquí, te dejo mi canción. Amor, te vas de mí, también me voy de ti. Lo nuestro terminó. Tal vez me extrañarás, tal vez yo soñaré con esos ojos verdes como mares. Eso. Happy Friday. Te recordaré aquellos ojos verdes que guardan el color que los trigales tienen. A veces yo quisiera reír a carcajadas como la mascarada, porque se fue su amor. Pero me voy de aquí, te dejo mi canción. Amor, te vas de mí, también me voy de ti. Lo nuestro terminó. Tal vez me extrañarás, tal vez yo soñaré con esos ojos verdes como mares. camarada. What do you guys think? It's something that you don't really hear these days, huh? That's called a melody. And the song's got harmony. So I thought today, why not? Hey, we're going to have to check in with songs that we used to hear back in the day. Once upon a time, there was a thing called vinyl. And once upon a time, people wrote songs to each other, about each other. Wouldn't that be wonderful? A time when you just check in with each other. And I remember, we would grab the vinyl, and you'd read it. Yeah, words, sentences, paragraphs, and sometimes some wonderful journalists that knew a thing or two about music. They listened. They were audiophiles, aficionados of music, and they would go on a sonic safari. And they would listen, and they would look at a picture. All you had was just one picture to go by, and you had to imagine that you knew that person just by seeing them. The way they dressed, the way they combed their hair. There was some kind of a mystique. What do you think? Do you have memories like that? Christina Casifas? I see you there. CJ, do you remember things like that? Some of us grew up with, I grew up with my grandfather, my tata, and my mom and dad, Estelita. She's in the audience. And they would have these albums, and you would, seriously, your mind would just go off. Sometimes it was Trio Los Panchos. Sometimes there was Beach Boys, Pet Sounds. The first time you heard The Wall, an album, and you would just go off on a journey. Tell me about your journey. Lori Wilson says, that's right, loved having those lyrics in with the vinyl. We actually called them albums. Yeah, music was listened, it was album rock back in the day. So it wasn't just by singles. You would listen to an entire album. You would go off like on an expedition. And you felt things for the artist, about the artist, and things would resonate. Yeah. Christina says albums that had a theme, not just a single that was released. Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely believe the same thing. And, it was different kinds of music. Sometimes it could have been something like, I don't know, could have been, James Dean, Jan and Dean, surf music. Or it could have been something like Dean Martin, which I really love. How about that? Let's see if I can do it okay. How lucky can one guy be? I kissed her, she kissed me. Like the fella once said, ain't that a kick in the head? The room was completely black. I hugged her and she hugged back. Like the sailor said, quote, ain't that a hole in the boat? My head keeps spinning. I go to sleep and keep grinning. If this is just the beginning, my life is gonna be beautiful. I've sunshine enough to spread. It's just like the fella said. Tell me quick, ain't love a kick in the head? How do you feel like that? The kids would all dance around the sofa. Like the fella once said, ain't love a kick in the head? The smell of vinyl was great. Remember that? Like the sailor said, quote, ain't love a hole in the boat? My head keeps spinning. I go to sleep and keep grinning. If this is just the beginning, my life is gonna be beautiful. She's telling me we'll be wed. She's picked out a king-size bed. I couldn't feel any better, I'd be sick. Let me tell you, tell me quick. Oh, ain't love a kick? Tell me quick, ain't love a kick in the head? it could have been something like that. It could have been. I'll tell you what. Here's a great memory. One time I was sifting through albums, and then I found these four guys, and they had different colors, and I thought it was the Beatles, and it was the Rolling Stones. Yeah. So you were discovering, you just smelling albums, checking out the, you'd come out, bring the sheet out, and you'd have to clean it. You'd have to clean the vinyl, make sure that it was okay. But the funny thing is, when you would grab that vinyl and put it on, and you heard that, sometimes you even had to put a penny on the stylus, right? The music was transferred physically, right? There was a little vibration, and the music would go into the groove, get in the groove. So it was, if it was a good vinyl, if the lathe worked right and everything was physical, moving the vibrations of that, going through the speakers, and it comes out. And sometimes you had a great stereophonic, remember that? Stereophonic sound. The sound was almost three dimensional. It was something you don't get with CD. You got that a binary code, ones and zeros, or IO, or whatever you want to call it. It was a more permanent, more felt thing, you know? In fact, there's some producers out there like, God, what is his name? T-Bone Burnett. And they take the masters and they actually listen to the masters, which you're not supposed to do, but they do. And they say that it's a visceral experience, something you feel, right? You don't just feel it, see it, but you actually feel it. What was your experience with that? Let me know. Let's hear it in the chat. Yeah. Sometimes songs were happy, yeah, and sometimes they were sad. But I got to tell you, I got a part of my a soft spot in my heart for the songs of yesterday. Now, why would I feel like that? You tell me in the chat. Let me know. Not only is vinyl something very physical, but there was a storyline, right? Like if you listen to an old country song, within one song, maybe 3 minutes and 28 seconds or 2 minutes and 38 seconds, a boy would meet a girl, a boy would get the girl, boy would lose the girl, and then he's pining for her, and then something would happen. Either he lost his dog or his truck, dog, truck, and girl, maybe, and then get him back. They had a storyline. In fact, they say stories that even people as diverse as Sam Cooke and John Coltrane would go up to the jukebox and put in there. I don't know how many songs you would get if you put in a dime or a quarter, because back in the day, that's all it took. You put in several dimes or several quarters, and you would hear a series of songs. And you could almost create your own story arc with that. It was incredible. And, you can almost select your own memories. And isn't that what music is? You're creating memories. You've got your own little story. Anyway, there was some wonderful memories that some people have created for themselves. I'm gonna check in with you all first. I would like for you all to do me a favor and tell your friends and family, if you love the show, please tell them about this show. Look, just go to YouTube and check out Los Castro Music on YouTube. It's that simple. And then hit that little bell, and then you'll get notifications. We constantly have wonderful artists. I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about regional artists. But now we're going to go international. That's right. I've been scouting different areas that you'd be surprised. Brazil, Mexico, Venezuela, Peru, Argentina, Paraguay. So we're going to be bringing in some of those artists. But I would like for you to tell more people, because for them to expose themselves, they're going to need to broaden their horizons, and us too, right? So I'm going to challenge ourselves to be more open to that. In the meantime, tell you what, there's some wonderful singers that create the American songbook. The songbook includes Cole Porter, Gershwin, even Nelson Riddle, because Nelson Riddle used to the arrangements, the compositions for people like Frank Sinatra and Nat Cole. Wonderful stuff. Let me know what's your experience with that. I'm going to check in with some of you guys here because I love having the founders here. Lori says, drop a dime in the box and play a song about New Orleans. Surely, yes, many of the songs of yesterday was a storyline and the lyrics was a personal and lasting experience. And Christina Castilfaz says, I still have my parents' console. Incredible, with a turntable and all the albums within. Oh my goodness, that's wonderful. Yeah, my grandfather, he passed away not that long ago. I don't know who got the console. I wanted it, but I'm all the way over in Oregon, and it was in the midst of COVID. And I'm not trying to make you sad, but that's what happened. And my memories of him and I still have an old German mandolin that I'm going to try to get repaired. It's in the garage, my memory of listening to Benny Moré, Celia Cruz, Orquesta Aragon, Sonora Santanera, Sonora Matancera, all that stuff. Daniel Santos. He even listened to Caruso. Yeah. And people like that. And then when I was a kid, this story keeps going. Oh, let me tell you, man, PBS had Lawrence Welk and it had Hee Haw, shows like that. Music was a centerpiece. And the funny thing about music is that it interweaves different genres, different ages, different experiences, cultures, right? It's good stuff. Anyway, let's keep trudging along. No, not trudging. How do you say, charging along? Or just if you're on Sonic Safari, you keep moving, right? Reminding each other to like and subscribe, and not just my show. If you have other artists that you love, let me know about them. Los@loscastromusic.com. Los@loscastromusic.com. Be kind and let me know about them, and let's get them on the show. Let's get them known a little bit better. Okay. In the meantime, let's keep checking in with the American Songbook, and I hope this thing's got lyrics because. Let me see. Not sure if I've got the lyrics, so just to make sure. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song, let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Remember that? Do da 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 da. Do da 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 da. Do 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 da. It's great songs, huh? Good memories. Grandmas, grandpas, uncles, aunts, cousins. Getting together, eating. Stay off that sofa, unless it's got that plastic. That's okay. Fill my heart with song, let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Yeah, there's some great songs. And the party doesn't have to stop right there. I can check in with the Foundits. That's the wonderful thing about this show is that we can check in and you guys can let me know what are your favorite songs. Oh, Shirley says that was your favorite song. Of course, I knew that. Shirley, you told me that. If you don't know, Shirley is my moderator, and she's also on Lounge of Sound. She helps me. If you go to Facebook, we have our own little group, little Facebook page. We love to hear from you. And I get to hear what songs are your favorite ones. Today, I figured it would be a nice thank you to my regular Foundits. It may not be a big group, but I got to tell you, I can feel the love. Number one, the group always stays very positive. Right, Mom? Right, Shirley? Yeah. And it not only does it stay very positive, but it's encouraging. Now, how's that different? Positive, you ask, and it stays positive. Encouraging continues to foster the growth, to nurture something better. And that's what we try to do when we go on a Sonic Safari. We try to find all the good. You know, sometimes it's touchy-feely. Yeah. Who doesn't love a good video about a kitten or a puppy or somebody doing an act of kindness, a random act of kindness, right? But jukebox poetry sometimes has something to do with that too. You know, songs about I love little ducks, jukebox poetry, right? Things like that. Just sharing lyrics, experiences, fostering, nurturing, moving forward. We love that. And I love to hear that. So continue to please to remind me. I love you guys. And I hope that we can continue this little experience. September 24th, I'm giving a little plug to the Walkers. They have a little show, or a big show if you want to call it that, on Zoom. Just go to loscastromusic.com and I should have the details there soon as they release the information, the codes. But Kingdom Singers is going to be there, and usually it's like 30 of us, I want to say. We sing Kingdom songs, and if you're JW, if you know, then you know. So, yeah, there's some wonderful songs, some wonderful singers, and a wonderful afternoon. And anyway, let's continue with our beautiful songs, huh? Let's go into a different era. It's a little bit more modern, but it's still old. This is Frankie Valli used to sing the song. Hope you guys like this. My eyes adored you, though I never laid a hand on you. My eyes adored you. Like a million miles away from me, you couldn't see how I adored you. So close and yet so far. Carried your books from school, playing make-believe you're married to me. You were 5th grade, I was 6th when we came to be. Walking home every day over Barnegat Bridge and Bay, till we grew to me and you went our separate ways. My eyes adored you, though I never laid a hand on you. My eyes adored you. Like a million miles away from me, you couldn't see how I adored you. So close and yet so far. my fingers to the bone, made myself a name. Funny, I seem to find that no matter how the years have rewind, still I reminisce about the girl I missed and the love I left behind. Mars adored you, though I never laid a hand on you. My eyes adored you. Like a million miles away from me, you couldn't see how I adored you. So close and yet so far. Mars adored you. How warm and tender we were way back then. Oh baby, like a million miles away, couldn't see how I adored you. So close and yet so far. Miles adored you, though I never laid a hand on you. My eyes adored you. Like a million miles away from me, you couldn't see how I adored you. So close and yet so far. Like a million miles away from me, you couldn't see how I adored you. So close and yet so far. You see what I mean about a storyline? You know, the lyrics, it was about everybody. It was inclusive, not exclusive. And what do I mean by that? Me and you and a dog named Boo. Us, them, right? All the songs had something to do about touching base with somebody, checking in with your friends. We are family, right? Songs like that. And today's music, no offense, I mean there are some wonderful artists out there that are working. They're trying to learn their craft, and they're doing all their due diligence, learning all their scales and warming up and putting in the time. But music today is me, I, crystal and cars and girls and drugs and alcohol and all that stuff. It's not about checking in with each other. So I'm challenging the young ones to let's make music more inclusive. Let's make songs about us, not just about me, I feel, I think, or sometimes music back in the day too. Sometimes it was a little selfish. I'll die without you, things like that, right? So yeah, we definitely, yeah, everybody's saying hello to each other. That's great. Hello, everybody. Oh man, we got some. Wade Talbert is in the house. Yeah, you know that's the thing is that I'm challenging everybody to reach out and to write songs. If you're a writer, please, because when you write stuff like this, you're taking people on a journey, and we owe it to the artists. I mean, the artists owe it to the audience to live through them and for them. All right, to resonate and to not be aloof, but to be available. And when I mean available, I don't mean physically. And when you write stuff that's approachable, you're not writing about your Bentley or about your mansion, stuff that leaves other people out in the cold. You're writing stuff about that is in the moment, and it moves forward through time. It's timeless. Melodies, stories, universal themes, like love, children, family, pets, places, um, stuff like that. I don't know if does this make sense? Am I blowing? I mean, am I trudging against the wind? Am I saying anything wrong? Correct me if I'm wrong, please. please feel free to do that. If you're out there, please let me know. What do you think of that? Um, because the song sometimes, if you were part of an experience, you even sang about the place, right? I mean, you know what I'm trying to say? Let me show you what I mean. You know what I'm saying? You go to a place and it impacts you, and you want to tell everybody, you say something like, start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray right through the very heart of it. New York, New York. I wanna wake up in a city that doesn't sleep and find I'm king of the hill, top of the heap. These little town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. We should all go there soon. All of us. New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that never sleeps and find I'm number one, top of the list, king of the hill, ain't number one. These little town blues are melting away. I'm gonna make a brand new start of it in old New York. And if I can make it there, I'm gonna make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York, New York. Okay. So it may have been a little shouty, but you see what I'm saying? Who doesn't fit there? It's a big city, and you're singing about a theme that resonates with everybody. You could be poor, you could be rich. Either you've gone, you want to go, or you've been there. You see what I mean? So that's what I'm talking about. It's that it's an experience. You're including everybody. Everybody. I mean, sometimes the stories are sad, yeah, but it's something that we've all felt. And we could have felt great at one moment, or we could have felt not so great. But it's something that we've all felt. Let me show you what I mean. Let's take advantage that my voice is nice and warmed up, and we're in the baritone, and I figure, you know what? If I'm going to sing ever a deep song that fits my voice, Frank, come on, let me know. Do you like Frank Sinatra? Come on. Does anybody not like Frank? Do you love him like I do? Hmm. Let me hear it. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because there's stuff that he did that I don't think you remember. He had a voice so complex, so deep, so alarmingly real. He was 80 years old and singing with artists like Luis Miguel, which is one of my favorite artists. I mean, internationally well known. And Luis Miguel was quaking in his boots. It was Frank. Come on. We don't even call him Sinatra. You just say Frank. Hey, oh, we knew who you were talking about. The man was a legend. But more than a legend, he sang about songs that we've all been there. And it was undeniable. Let me show you what I mean. You did not expect this from him. It's 1960. Over and over, I keep going over the world we knew. Once when you walked beside me, that inconceivable, that unbelievable world we knew. When we two were in love, and every bright neon sign turned into stars, and the sun and the moon seemed to be ours. Each road that we took turned into gold, but the dream was too much for you to hold. Now over and over I keep going over the world we knew. Days when you used to love me. We've all had that. That feeling of falling in love, deeply in love, where you just gave everything you had, and losing it, yes, it was tragic, but you knew you would get up, you had to get up, and every bright neon sign turned into stars, and the sun and the moon seemed to be ours. Each road that we took, it turned into gold, but the dream was too much for you to hold. Now over and over I keep going over the world we knew. Days when you used to love me. Over and over I keep going over the world we do. Did you feel that? You know what I'm talking about now? Some feelings are up and some feelings are down. But the song puts you in the place. It moves you over and over. You feel that sense of frustration. It moves you. And sometimes that movement can be from one room to another, right? If it's, the Eagles saying, standing in a corner in Winslow, Arizona with 7 women on my mind, and he's going blah, 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 blah. He's moving from here to there. And you think that guy's in Arizona, but he's going to end up in California. Right? Take it easy, take it easy. And the E shouldn't even be sang. That's true. If you're singing, your vocal coach says, try not to sing the E. Always sing ah, oh, not even ooh. Stay with the A's and the O's and the I's. Sam Cooke, right? I'm telling you. But these central themes, these universal themes, they moved you from one place to another. You know what I'm saying? And, undeniable. how the power of the song. That, for example, Bonnie Raitt, in one moment, she's like, "Turn down the lights, tell me no lies." It's almost like somebody comes into their house. Here's the living room. There's the table. They throw the keys. Now they're opening the fridge, and they're feeling melancholy. And now they go over to the bedroom. The lights are low, and I can't make you love me. And you wonder, I can't make you love me. Is she talking into the mirror? I can't make you love me. The way she says it could be about a person, or it could be to themselves. The music, that's the wonderful thing about it, is that you interpret it and it feels different to each person. That's why when people ask me about my songs, what did that mean? I go, what did it mean to you? And they're like, oh, well, when you said stirring, I thought tears were in the coffee. Oh, but you were right. No, when I said in Hearts Fall, when I wrote it, stirring memories are being stirred. But when a person taps you on the shoulder and says, tears were in that coffee, that's what it meant to them. It's the right answer. There's no wrong answer. That's why I try to not be too concrete with my explanations. Does that make sense? Anyway, I'd love to hear your experience and tell me if I'm right or wrong. Okay, Christina says, November, you're going to see Harmony on Broadway. That's wonderful, Christina. Yeah, and Christina agrees, and she loves Frank. Yes, Shirley. I love Perry Como also. It's Impossible. Ah, that's wonderful. Perry Como is one of those beautiful voices. One of my favorite singers, Steve Perry, talks about listening to Perry Como. And as a kid, I was always trying to, that's an ironic thing. He was always listening to Perry Como, and I grew up wanting to be Sam Cooke and Steve Perry because of their high-flying voices. And then my vocal coach goes, no, Los, you should be listening to people like Frank Sinatra and people like that because you have a low baritone. And I was like, oh, well, there you go. I've been trying to be somebody else. Cupid, right? That's who I was trying to be, but then now I'm realizing, oh, okay, this is my lane. It's not a bad lane if you think about it, because people with this kind of voice, they did pretty good. In fact, let's visit one of my favorite voices, shall we? Mom, I know you love this song. Unforgettable, that's what you are. Unforgettable, though near or far. Like a song of love that clings to me, how the thought of you does things to me never before has someone been more unforgettable in every way. And forevermore, that's how you'll stay, at least for me. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too. You all need to go out and buy those wonderful albums by those wonderful people. I'm not trying to take a dime away from them. I'm trying to rewind our mind into that wonderful time. I'm thinking about somebody special, are you? every way, and forevermore, that's how you'll stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too. Yeah. Nat, we love you. Nat King Cole. That's another one of them voices, right? Nat King Cole. Come on now. Come on now. Don't you love it? You gotta love it. I mean, wow. What else are we gonna say? Shirley, yes, the great Nat King Cole, Unforgettable, Beautiful. Yes. Lori, I'm glad you like that. Ah, Christina loves the great ones. Mel Torme, one of my favorite songs from him is doing a duet with Barry Manilow called Big City Blues. Wow, okay. I don't have that. I don't have that. Um. Anyway, let's remind the founders, please like and subscribe and tell your friends, please. I think this is this not just because it's my show, but it's a little jewel that not enough people know about. This little gem, it needs to go out because you guys are community. If you think you're worthwhile, please remind people. Please remind people about this, you know, about this wonderful journey that we take on Fridays. If you think it's worthwhile and you would like other people to form part of the community, please let them know. Tell them to like and subscribe. And if you feel tipsy, if you feel at all that you want to tip, then there's a little tip jar there at loscastromusic.com, little dollar sign Los Castro Music, and then we can continue bringing the show to you guys. You know, we're not ambitious here. The only ambition that I have is to bring wonderful talent to you. I'm being as humble and as generous as I can in trying to bring these wonderful artists from other countries, and they're having a really tough time. How tough? Brazil right now is being inundated. That's right. It's not just flooding; they're being inundated, and if their dams break, um, it can be a lot of lives. And so there are wonderful singers out there, musicians that I would love to have on the show. And I would love to be able to send them money. But because of the currency, the way it works, when you send them money, they lose money. It's incredible. That's just the way it is with the governments. I'm not picking on anybody in particular. Argentina is one of them. They make it really difficult for artists to receive the monies. But so it, you know, the more we give, the easier it is for them to receive something, a little kernel of something to help them out. They, you know, the economy is very, very, the, is very sad. Okay, let me put it that way. But there are some wonderful artists that I would love to have on the show, and I would love to be able to you know, I do this all. This is just, it's a labor of love, and so when they're on, I'm going to try to put their information up. I don't think they have Cash App. I don't know exactly. I'll find out the particulars, but I'm going to try to bring in folks from, like I said, Peru, Venezuela, Argentina, Mexico, Costa Rica, different artists. And I've been hearing some wonderful artists. Brazil is one of those places. And I may need a translator. You know what that means, right? If I have to bring in a translator, I may have to bring in my good pals, Kennedy Santos and you know, and a couple of my other Brazilian friends, so that they can, we can say hi to them and they can translate for me when I speak to, because my Português falo não muito bem. I don't speak really well in Portuguese, but I do love the Portuguese songs. In fact, in a little while, I'm going to try to do one of those Portuguese songs. Um, but in the meantime, let's check in with the founders and see how you guys are doing. Let me know. I will keep that in mind about Brazil. Yes, please. Elise Cash. Yes, bro. Okay. Yes, please keep that in mind and pray for our friends in Brazil. The southern part was Rio Grande. That's what I heard, and there was quite a bit of damage, and they were just buckets. I mean buckets, not just a little bit. A low bit would be one whole inch in a very short time. That would be a small day of rain. It's tropical. What can I say? So yes, keep them in your hearts and in your minds. I'm not trying to bring you down, doggy downer, as Margie used to say. We want to be puppy uppy, right? It's a Friday. It's a Friday. So you know what? Let's see if I can bring in another happy tune. What's not I was thinking of a song that somebody had asked for. Trying to find it, and I can't find it. It's so funny. I can find them when I'm not looking for them. Um, that's too funny. And now I can't find it. Oh boy. Okay. Wow. I don't know why I can't find it right now. Here it is. I was looking for the wrong. You are too good to be true. No, that's not what it's called. Can't take my eyes off of you. Oh boy. What a great song. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Pardon the way that I stare. There's nothing else to compare. The sight of you leaves me weak. There are no words left to speak. But if you feel like I feel, please let me know that it's real. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. This part's easy. Da 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 da. On the lonely night, I love you, baby. Trust in me when I say, oh, pretty baby, don't bring me down, I pray, oh, pretty baby. Now that I found you, stay and let me love you, baby. Let me love you. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Come on everybody. Da 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 da. I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby. On the lonely night, I love you, baby. Trust in me when I say, oh, pretty baby. from the lonely night. I love you, baby. Trust in me when I say. You see what I'm talking about? Universal themes. I love you, baby. You warm the lonely nights. Those are universal themes. Who has not felt that? That melancholy. I mean, it's not just sad. There's different layers. It's happy. Da, 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 da. He gets happy when he thinks of her and sad when she's not around. So the song is deep in the layers of relationship. See? That's how it works. Music, harmony actually means to coincide with or to pair up with, right? When things, they meet up and they coincide. That's called harmony. And that is what's missing in today's music. Some music does have it, yes, but it comes to a certain part where everybody's supposed to be singing and then going, bum, 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 and it hits right back. There's no dynamics anymore. So the music starts here, bum, 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 instead of starting here. And it rises, and the songs just to build and come to a crescendo, right? And then they would come to a verse, chorus, and then the bridge would take you left field. They were like, whoa, what is that? It would take you for a ride, and it surprised you. Today, no bridge. Take out the bridge. And it comes right back. And so it makes you feel empty. It feels like you have headphones and you're at the metro, and all of a sudden everybody's reading. They're on their phones, they're on their laptop, they're in a book, they're engulfed and insulated. In fact, here in the university in Portland, they made a test. They ran a test. And that is exactly what happened. They challenged not the musicians, the people that were part of this project to please turn off all their devices and to look at people and to try to engage. That's what it was, to engage. But and they found that it was a learning experience to find out that that by engaging, hey, there's a world out there. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Isn't that incredible? So insulation is not always a good thing. Sometimes, yes, we need to bring those motors down and refresh yourself, right? But it's important that we check in with people. Yeah, it's really, really important that we do that. Man, I'm trying to think of something else that that happens, another one of those songs that talks about relationships. I know what. Faith, hope, love. That's what I wanted to talk about. When songs have some theme, an underlying theme that is reaching out and trying to create a permanence, commitment. That's important, not just be talking about one-night stands and things like that. I'm challenging the young ones to write songs like that have to do with that. For example, case in point. Here we go. Highway run into the midnight sun. Wheels go round and round. You're on my mind. Restless hearts sleep alone tonight. Sending all my love along the wire. Say that the road ain't no place to start a family. Right down the line, it's been you and me. Love in a music, man, ain't always what it's supposed to be. Oh, girl. I'm forever yours, faithfully. Circus life under the big top world. We all need the clowns to make us smile. Through space and time, always another show. Wonder where I am, lost without you. Being apart ain't easy on this love affair. Two strangers learn to fall in love again. I get the joy of rediscovering you. Oh girl, you stand by me. I'm forever yours, faithfully. And if you know, you know. Whoa, 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 whoa. Easiest lyrics in the world. Come on, sing with me. Out there in YouTube land. All right. Faithfully, right? Faithfully, send her my love, things like that about reaching out. You know, what was it? Mike and Mechanics wrote about about his father, and then he sees his child and sees his father's eyes through in his child. So all of these are again universal themes, and that's why why not? Why not? We're trying to remind everybody that these songs. I mean, even that whoa, it gets the entire audience going, right? Or songs where I chant and you chant, or not I, but the artist chants and then you chant. That's called antiphony. Antiphony. Queen did it in Wembley Stadium. Right? He's yelling, and the audience is yelling right back, and it's just chanting. We are the champions. That's a great song too. That's a great song to do. I almost think thought I was gonna do that one. We are the champions. We are, the stuff like that. I mean, it definitely it those are things that get our juices going, right? Our sweet Caroline, Adeline, or whatever the song, da, ba, ba, stuff like that. It gets the entire audience going, and that's what we want to do. We want the artist and the audience to feel like that they're in the same room, that they're interweaved, interconnected. Their lives, again, it's not about physically being in touch, but being in touch here, where it really matters, in the hearts and the minds, I love that kind of stuff. There are songs that can be very meditative, like "I Stand Alone." Steve Perry sang that, but he's actually talks about an inner strength, and it's a call to arms for other people to feel like that. Um, oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of other songs like that that I love, love when people do stuff like that. That are universal themes. I should have prepared a little bit better, but I just thought, I just kind of just wanted to sit with the Fountains, and and just sing songs that connect. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, here's another song from Nat Cole. I love this because it's something that gets everybody moving, but everybody sees themselves in that picture. You're looking at a picture book, right? Life is a collage, and we're creating memories. That's the wonderful thing. Here at the Lounge of Sound, we're creating memories together. It's a sense of community. And songs like this, you imagine dancing with your child, your dog, your wife, your girlfriend, your children. I mean, come on, like this. Come on now, if you know the song, sing it with me. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore can love. Is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Exactly what I said. Two in love can make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. Keep it going. You see? Dancing around the kitchen with your wife, around the sofa with your puppy or your cat. Even with a broom, right? When you're at work, it just lifts your heart, moves you. Come on now. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore can love. Is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two, right? Two in love can make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. Yeah. Love was made for me and you. Love was made for me and you. Oh yeah, love. You gotta love it. Oh my gosh. I love stuff like that, don't you? It's gonna be really hard to finish this show because I feel like we started off kind of like nice and slow, and we're just starting to really ramp up, and we're getting in the thick of it. It's just that's the way it is. Oh my gosh. I almost felt like, oh, we should have just done a whole show for Frank Sinatra and people like that, right? Oh my goodness. This has been great. This has been a really, really fun show. Hola, Susie. And Estelita. Hola. Mom, I love you. I'm glad you made it, Mom. My mom keeps calling me, you're going to have a show today? And sometimes we get our lines crossed, or I forget. I almost forgot today. But thanks to people like Lori and Susie and Shirley, you guys keep reminding me. And that's sometimes life just happens, guys. It just happens like that. And so it's good to have those reminders. So I just know that I'm gonna have to finish the show with something just tremendous. I know we're gonna have to do that. Um, yeah, we're gonna have to do something like that. That like that song that we just did. I think. But in the meantime, I just want to remind everybody that yeah, we just had a show. We just had a show, and I'm gonna try to please let me know when we can do the replay. But Sabor Caribe, I just got the show, and I should be able to do a replay show. Um, and let me know what's a good day for you, and let's all get together and watch the replay. Sabor Caribe was Argentina, Venezuela, and the U.S. of A. and Mexico. I represented that. Um, it's just some wonderful artists that I've been meeting lately. And so, anyway, two last songs. Let's bring it down a little bit, and then let's bring it right back. Okay, and then I'm gonna say, have a great weekend. But before you have a great weekend, I promise you that I'm gonna be bringing in these wonderful Spanish September. It's the Spanish artists that we're going to be bringing. So we're going to be speaking in Spanish, and I will try to translate as we go. Okay. Thanks so much for hanging by with me. Love you guys. Hey, yeah, yeah. love that song. It's very, very feel good. But you know what? We said we were gonna go. We were gonna go with Frank, and we gotta finish the show with a big, big, big song. Here we go. Let's do it. If you know it, sing it along with me. Come on. It's a big song. Come on. You know it. That's life.
That's life.
That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But I know I'm gonna change that tune when I'm back on top in June. Summer's over, guys, come on. I said that's life.
That's life.
And it's fun, yes it may seem. Some people get their kicks stomping on a dream, but I don't let it get me down. I'll tell you why, 'cause this final world, it keeps spinning around. Let me tell you a story. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out, and I know just one thing. Each time I find myself flat on my face, I pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life.
That's life.
I tell you I can't deny it. I've thought of quitting, baby, but my heart just wouldn't buy it. And if I didn't think it was worth one single try, I'd jump right up on a big bird and then I'd fly. I've been a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out, and I know just one thing. Each time I find myself laying flat on my face, I just pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life. That's life, and I can't deny it. Many times I thought of cutting out, but my heart wouldn't buy it. But if there's one thing shaking come this here July, I'm gonna roll myself up in a great big ball and Happy Friday.